Hello YouTube, I am back finally after a long period of nothing. I must apologise for that. Life has been unbelievably busy in the last couple of years. Last year I had no time at all to do any firework related things really. I did like a few. Fortunately, out of the collection I previously had, haven't bought any fireworks for years. It's very bizarre. I haven't got much time this year either, but I do have a little bit of free time this afternoon, so I will take you through a little look at Lidl's firework collection for this year. Obviously from Friday the 15th, it does say Thursday the 14th on the website, but obviously that's a mistake. You can't legally sell them before that, so we'll carry on and go ahead and have a look. So you've got pretty much the same selection as last year really, but obviously I didn't do a video last year, so it's a fairly fresh one. You've got the Gemini Kit, two fireworks in there, both 8 meters, $49.99. I wouldn't, to be honest. Same with the Trailblazer, the large cake there. This one here at least does seem to be, from the picture, a 25-meter cake, meaning it'll be over 500 grams of powder content. If that is the case, it might not be too bad, particularly with the price rises we're seeing this year. Actually, a cake of over 500 grams for 40 quid probably isn't as bad as it once was. The previous big cake they sold, actually, the fanned one was quite good, so you never know. That one could be worth a risk. The Gemini, I'd probably say, is worth avoiding, really. Lidl really thrive on the smaller items rather than these large cakes. They're the ones I'd really recommend from Lidl over anything else. But we'll go down and have a look at those in a moment. So going forward, we've got the next cake down, which is the Knight's Quest. Sold that for a little while. It's 250 grams of powder off the top of my head, or it was. Do be aware this year we may see, as the prices haven't gone down, net explosive quantities going down instead, as a way of saving money, because the prices of shipping particularly have just skyrocketed this year. So they're going to have to cut somewhere. If they haven't, I will be sort of pleasantly surprised really. But yeah, $24.99, 40-shot cake, mixed effects. It's not too bad. I'll see if there's a video on the page. Sometimes Lidl put videos on their pages. No, not at the moment. There you go, 35 seconds, glitter chrysanthemum finale. Fairly standard, what you'd expect. Category 2, as is most of these. Probably not the best, but probably not the worst either, to be fair. Red arrows, rockets, shot tubes, 12 rockets, 5 shot tubes. The shot tubes will be good. The rockets will be alright, they'll be what they'll be, really. Probably not the worst packet going around. $17.99 is certainly a lot better value than you've seen from some other places, such as the Range. Their rockets are ludicrously expensive these years, so that they won't be the worst performers for the money. I used to say £1 a rocket for 1.4G rockets was great, but now it's probably looking more like £1.20, £1.25. So on that basis, they're reasonably good value. Going forward to the Visage selection box, this is a good box to be fair, can't criticise. Mostly no noise, other than the 2 shot tubes seem a little bit out of place in the selection. The other box is exactly the same. But for $12.99, if they haven't cut on the powder, it was 290 grams or somewhere along those lines. If they haven't cut the powder out of that, that's still a good buy. Can't really go wrong, 16 piece. On to the, excuse me, fabled 3 for £20 deal. It's the same as last year. I think it was the same the year before as well. Dino rockets, plasma attack, a 16-shot cake, and the equalizer box. Again, these two, mostly low noise. The shot tube's very noisy. Plasma attack's a really good little cake, actually. Can't really go wrong with that. 170 grams, 160 grams of powder, I think. It might be a bit less than that, actually. It's been a while since I had one of those, unfortunately. All category 2. For a little garden display for 20 quid this year, you're going to struggle to do any better than that, to be honest. Excuse me. Even from specialists, price rises are such that, if people say you can get better for £20 from a specialist, I'd be surprised, really, with the price rises we're seeing. The 3 for £20 has always been a really good value deal from Lidl. Credit where it's due. Not quite as good now as it was when they had the Weco stuff in a few years ago, and obviously going right back to 2014, 2013, when they had the really quality stuff in. But it's still a good deal. The Dino rockets are a bit pants, but they're good fun rockets. Still reasonably good value, particularly if you're getting the 3. One of each, or probably 3 of the selection boxes, the best options. If you want 3 of the cakes, whatever, but that's what I'd go for, one of each for a little display, or just the box. And then the best value sparklers on the market, 12 for $1.99 are the giant ones, so they're a foot long. Excuse me again. Standard sparklers are probably the best sparklers, but they are what they are, really. So yeah, that is Lidl selection this year. Amazed that there's no price rises. Fair play to them, really. The only thing interesting really to note is no shock tubes this year. Not really sure why. Perhaps they couldn't get the stock if the shipping's been that difficult. I should say as well, I have some sort of intelligence that the stock won't be quite as much this year, so they won't have such large quantities as they usually have. If you are going to buy from them, I'd recommend buying early. You never know, that might be wrong, I hope it is. But from what I've seen from my source, stock levels aren't quite as high as they usually are. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. As I say, sorry I've not been around very much. Hopefully I'll get a chance to make a couple more videos this year. I'm sure there'll be other leaflets cropping up and stuff. I don't think I'll be buying anything this year, unfortunately. I now live in a flat anyway, so I can't really fire them off the balcony. Maybe I'll grab some of the 199 sparklers. You can't really go wrong with that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.